Hello guys, and welcome to your 17th Java tutorial in which we are going to be going over arrays. Now what arrays practically are simply collections of variables that we can easily access in our code. So let's get started right away and create an array of lucky numbers, lucky integers to be exact. So what we first need to do, we need to specify the data type of our array. And by simply specifying the data type, we say what type of elements are going to be in our array. And in this case, they're going to be all integers. Then we put the name of our array, lucky numbers, in this case. Can be anything you want. And these square brackets after it mean that it's going to be an array, where pretty much the compiler knows, and from that point on, that we're creating an array. So if we set this equal, we need to set this equal to a new integer array by putting our whatever data type you put here, and you put those same array symbols or square brackets after it, and in here put the number of elements you want to have in your array. Now I know what you're thinking. Alright, you're making an array with 4 different things. Wrong. You're making it we're actually creating an array with 5 different elements because 0 is counted as an element. And this it's kind of weird in programming, but when you start out or when you create an array, it always starts with the 0. So the first element is 0, the next one's 1, 2, 3, etc. So when saying that our array has 4 elements, or putting the number 4 here, we're actually creating 5 different things because it starts out from 0. And I'm pretty much just showing you the order of the elements in our array, or how the compiler sees what we're doing here. And this is 5 different numbers if you counted. So anyways, let's get on with more programming by actually setting our elements of the array to actual numbers. So say if how we would do that, as a matter of fact, is just by simply putting the array name, which in this case is lucky numbers, and in square brackets put the element of the array that you want to access. In this case, let's just put 0, which is the very first array element, and let's set it equal to 5. Something simple. And all we're really doing is we're setting that very first element of the array. So remember, it's reserving 5 spaces. Alright. So this very first space, this very first 0, it's setting it to a 5. Bam. And let's set the next one, the second or the 1th element of the array, to 123. It says, well, this is 0, and this is 1, so I'm going to set this to 123. And this is pretty much all we're doing. We're just setting elements of our array, or places of our array, to actual numbers, or integers in this case. And that's all we're really going to do. This is just to demonstrate how we set our numbers. And the coolest thing I think about this is that you can actually access, let me type this out. We can actually access these numbers by putting these array references. So we're pretty much, when we reference the 0th element of the lucky numbers array, it's already set to 5. So we just directly reference 5. When we reference lucky numbers, the 1th array element, it's already set to 123, so we actually get 123. So let's do exactly that and reference the 0th element of our lucky numbers array, or our very first element, and let's just add it to our lucky numbers 1th array. So it's just going to add 5 to 123. We're just fetching them from our array. That's pretty much all we're doing, and we should get 128. Yes, we get 128. Hallelujah, guys. We're in the clear. So now that we've kind of gotten a basic understanding of arrays, let me show you guys a shortcut. Now, a very nice shortcut that you will probably use most of the time, if not all of the time, while programming. Instead of actually setting it equal to a new integer array for, and going in and setting all of the elements individually, that's a bore, and it takes way too much space and time. So instead of actually doing what we did just now, set it equal to simply 2 curly braces. And these 2 curly braces pretty much represent our array. We can put any number of integers in these curly braces. absolutely any number of random integers. And we don't even have to have a restriction number, because you remember, guys, it was always a new integer with the number of elements in the array and stuff. So none of that, none of that. We just got streamlined coding right here. So this is automatically our first element, or 0th element. This is our first or 1th element, second element technically. This is our third, or sorry, technically our third, but in programming, 0, 1, 2, second element. So when we're referencing lucky number 0, remember we're referencing once again our first element, which is 12, first variable, which is 12. We're simply going to add that 12 to the lucky number's 1th element, which is 34, once again 0, 1. So 12 to 34, well, that would be 46. Let's run this program and see if we get that. Bam! 46. Isn't that amazing, guys? And we can technically make arrays not only with numbers, but we can make strings too. Let's just make an array of different iPod apps, right? We can set it equal to, using our handy dandy little shortcut right here. With our two curly braces, we can simply put a ton of strings simply by putting double quotes here. So what iPod apps? Well, Angry Birds, of course, Doodle Jump, and Pocket God. Pocket God, there we go. And we can just simply print out one of these. Let's print out lucky number 0, which is our first element, our Angry Birds element. No, actually, let's print out 1, our 1th element, which is 0, 1, our Doodle Jump string. Let's just print that right out. Hit that play button, and bam, we get 34. Oh, sorry, guys. That's my bad. I kept the lucky numbers here instead of the iPod apps. So let's just change this quickly to iPod apps, see if it works. And does it work? Hit the play button. Oh, Doodle Jump. Alright, guys, that was sweet. We finally got some arrays going. They're both integer, string arrays, pretty much any types of arrays you guys want. Practice this material and move on to the next tutorial. I'll have that one out as soon as I can, guys. Thanks for watching, and peace.